Hello everyone, welcome to Parametric Planet. I hope you guys are doing great. And in today's video, I would like to show you how you can access the author's information. So you can use whenever you are working on some projects or you are making some workflow. So you can save your file with your name, with your information, so that next time if your colleague or someone else wants to check and if he wants to know, okay, who has done this work, so that he can easily access your information using uh, a Python component rather than going here into the file and then going to the preference and then checking here. So I have already filled the information like name, company, address, website, email, and the phone number. So what we are going to do, we will just write a short Python code, and with the click of the button, we will get all this information in our Grasshopper document in a panel. So let's just get started. And first, I would like to insert a Grasshopper Python component. Just Python script. So we will make three variables. The first one would be the refresh. It means we will, when we click the button, then this component should execute. And the next one would be the reset. If you want to reset the author's information, you can again, we will use the button. And if we press this button, then it will reset the information. And the third one, we will just write the name of the panel in which we want to have this information. Panel info. It means if I have a panel somewhere here, and if I want to have all that information in this panel, so I would write authors info. So this name should be the same here, because this Python component will look for a panel which has this name, and if it has this name, then it will insert or write all the information in that panel. So let's just copy this name and paste it here. So this is our component. So let's just start writing our code. Double click on this one. And let me just bring the code. So Rhino syntax is already imported. So we have to import the Grasshopper so that we can access the Grasshopper functions. Grasshopper as GH, that's the same. Now we have to activate the document. I will write a variable name to Grasshopper environment. Then we have component, and then on page document. And then I will just directly access the objects of this document here. You can make another variable, and then you can name it as object, and then you can write doc.objects. So it means all the objects will be stored in the objects variable. So now let's see which information we want to access. For example, if I want to access the name, so I will just save this in one variable. Let's say name. And now if we again check our std document, and then we can see if we go to the the Grasshopper, and if we go to the central setting, then we can see we have this author address, author's company, copyright, and email, and all the other details. And if we have to access this thing, then we have to go to grasshopper.central setting, and then we can access these properties. So as we have imported our Grasshopper as GH, so I will write GH dot central settings. It's already there. And then author's name. In the second, let's just say access company name would be the same. You can just copy this, and instead of author's name, we will write author company, and then we will access the email. Dot, and we have author's email here. Yeah, now we have to run a loop. First, we have to activate our button. When we refresh, then this command should execute. For that, I will write if refresh, then what we have to do, we have to look for objects in this document. So I will write for I, or for object, it can be any variable in doc. If the type of that object is Grasshopper panel, op is Grasshopper dot kernel dot special. It's the same last time we accessed the Grasshopper groups. This time we will look for a Grasshopper panel. It's right there. And then we will look for a name. If the object name, which is nickname, is equal to this panel info, we have stored the author's info, which is the panel name, in a panel info variable. So if the nickname is in panel info, then we should get the author's information in that panel. So we will just write object dot the text we want to write in this panel. So the command is user text. And we have to write these in a separate line. So we will use this syntax r slash n dot join. We have to join them map, and then we have this is string, and then I have to pass the information which I want to write. So I will just pass the list, the name, second company name, and the third is the email. No error. Name type is not defined. If type object is grasshopper.kernel.special.grasshopper panel. Let's see. Okay. It's also item. I think this is wrong. It should be type. Yeah. If type object is so we got all the information which we are expecting. Parametric planet. This is the name, the company name, and the email address. So second thing, what we can do if we want to remove this information from this panel. So we will use the same code, but here instead of this information, we will just write xxxx, and when we press this button, then this information will be removed, and then instead of this information, it will write just xxx or no information. But for that, we have to we have to add another line. It should expire this solution when we execute it. After executing, it should expire the solution. Then again, when we press the button, then it will go for a new solution. If we don't do that, then it will not work. It will not uh, remove this information and put xxxs or no information, something like that. So we have to use this line. We have to expire the solution for this object. So object dot expire solution, it should be equal to true. And now I will just copy this line. I will just hit here, and we'll just write when I press the reset. If reset, then just write no information. So yeah, so when you press this button, then no information, and when you press refresh, then you can get the information of the authors. You can add other informations also, like phone number and everything. And one more thing, with this same code, you can access any information which you want, or if you want to write something, if you have written something in this panel and if you want to write this information in another panel without connecting the wires, so you can just write this code and you can just write the name of the panel and you can just click and you will get the desired information in that panel. So yeah, look, that's it's not that difficult. If you go through the SDK documentation, you can find the more information about these components and how to access the different information or the different components. And I would recommend you to do that. And I hope you liked the video. That's all for today. And see you in the next video. Till then, have fun. Good night, good morning, have a good day. And thank you very much.